Okay, so CRM holiday setup. First things first, we're in our Velocity and we're going to go to our Velocity CRM. If you've never navigated your way there, it's over here on the left side menu bar. I typically like to do a nice right click to open in a separate tab so I can have both my Velocity and my CRM open at the same time. So let's go ahead and let that launch. And then once it does, this is what you'll see. It'll say, welcome back. Here's a breakdown of what's happening. Of course, if you haven't set up anything yet, you won't have anything showing. And we're going to first start off, as I mentioned, in templates. Then we're going to go to audience lists. And lastly, we'll end up at campaigns. So first things first, templates. Let's go ahead and give that a click to launch into our template screen. Now you can see I have already pre-existing templates. You may not, if you've never been in here, you won't have any. Okay, don't worry though. We didn't forget to give you these templates. They are there. We just need to take one more click to navigate our way to see them. So go on to the create email template in the top up here. And once we get there, you'll see, oh, here we go. Here is all the templates that have already been created by both MA and by Newton. So I've got network themes. We've got a couple choices here. Network themes. And these are the MA ones. As well, if I navigate just to the right here, I have generic templates. These ones were created by Newton designers, so they're quite nice. And you can feel free to use these if you like. This is all up to you, you guys. So go ahead, and I encourage you to look through the templates. But for today's purposes, we're going to stick with the MA ones and go on down to the very bottom. If you scroll to the very bottom, at least that's where mine is, you'll see seasonal greetings. Okay, seasonal greetings, that's the one we're going to want to go with. Also, you will notice a Happy New Year. Okay, so we can set both up. I'm just going to go over the one today, but it will be the same process to set up the New Year one, obviously just scheduling on a different date. So I'm going to start off with seasonal greetings, click the little pencil, and that launches me here. Click to continue. And we'll see kind of under the hood of how this template is constructed. Well, let's zoom out a bit. You can get a bigger picture. Look at that little GIF moving snow. That's pretty cool if you ask me. Attention grabbing, cute, professional, attractive. I like it. I like it. If you don't though, this isn't for me. That's fine. You can totally replace all of this. Like I could click just by clicking on these icons and look to the left side, you have the option to change them out. Okay, so if I don't like this, click the little change image circling arrow button. And then you can drop your own image in here. Okay, if you have your own picture that you like, your own holiday greeting, go ahead. This is completely up to you. Personalize it at your own will. Okay, the text, again, just click in here to change. So hi, you might want to change this to Happy Holidays. And then this funky looking recipient first name, see this? That's auto inserting text. So that's pretty sweet. You don't want to delete that because that's going to be, Happy Holidays Bob or Happy Holidays Mary. Okay, so make sure to keep that in. As well, you'll notice if you scroll down, oh, I've got a lot more of that. This is your signature. So your fabulous template designers have already kind of auto inserted that it's going to pull your information from your Velocity profile. Therefore, we must make sure we have this information in your Velocity profile, right? So let's go do that together. Make sure that we have it in. I'm going to go back to my Velocity screen. And in here, go to my Me in the top right and profile. Alrighty, here we are. So if you haven't been here, make sure to go take a look because this allows you to add your logo to your online application, choose your theme, gives you your online application. But for today, I'm just going to scroll down past to the details. Okay, you can see I've got all my stuff filled in except, oops, you know, here I'm missing a website. So make sure to have your website in there, your name, your contact phone number, of course, very important. And make sure you have everything set up and good to go. Below, you'll see address fields. So up to you if you want to include address. This red portion up here, these are going to be removed. It's just because they changed the way that you input your address fields for the template. So ignore this section up here and just focus on the section down here. And last but certainly not least, we've got the social media handles. Okay, that is important to do, especially if you're on social media, which I hope you are, at least on Facebook or perhaps Instagram. Some of you may have a YouTube channel, LinkedIn, really key spots. Go ahead and put your link to your profile on there. And then that's also going to automatically be linked from the templates that we'll send out. Okay, so moving back, that is how this information is going to pull. So as long as it's in my template, I'm good. Down here, these social media little icons here, those are also going to pull from my profile. Okay, so if you're happy with the messaging, you're happy with the fields that are going to pull for you, and you're ready to kind of move on to the next step, we're going to go to the top right and hit save.
Go way down.
Okay, so once we have saved our template, we're going to move on. It'll give me a message, success, it's been saved. Rest assured, you're good to go. And we're going to now create our audience list. So pop into audience list over here. And once again, you'll probably have a blank list. That's just because you haven't been in here yet. And let's pop up to create audience list. So we're going to click this big purple button and choose the name of our audience. So I'm going to do mine as like holiday greeting. Maybe I'll give it a year. And then continue. Now, here's your choice with audience lists. Do you want to start with no contacts and just click to add them? Or do you want to start with all contacts and take out the ones that maybe you don't want? In this case, because we're going for a large reach, right? We want to wish everyone a happy holiday. It's not really a narrow targeted message. I'm going to go with all contacts. Okay, all contacts, create audience. And here we go. It'll list off all your contacts in there. You can go ahead, click the drop down, the little arrow, and it allows me to do a select all or a deselect. So in this case, I'm going to go, okay, select all contacts. You can also search here, guys, or up here, the purple lets you go and add more. So if I click this, I can do more of a search through my general contacts, even find specific people if I want, and click to add them. More details over here is pretty cool because it allows you to see and make sure that they have the right email address in there, that you have their phone number. This case, obviously, email address being the most important. And if you are missing an email address, you're going to want to just make sure to go in their contact page in Velocity and add that in. Okay. Moira Rose, yes, thank you, Stacy. In fact, my dog is named Moira. I am quite the fan of the show. She might make an appearance. She is very Moira-esque in character. She's a Chihuahua, quite fitting, I found. Okay, so click to select and add, and I'm good to go. Select all, and then I'm going to go save audience. Okay, once again, that green message assuring me I am on the right path. It's been saved. And now I can go on to step 3, which, if anyone remembers, it's creating the campaign, because now I have my template, I have my audience, but I have to plug them into the campaign to tell them when to send. So I'll go to the left and click campaigns. If I'm moving too fast for anyone, please feel free to shout out.
Hello. Hey, Matt.
Question?
No, okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna mute those who are speaking up. If that was by accident, please let me know or type in the chat and I will be happy to answer your questions. Okay, so now I'm in my campaigns. Once again, same thing. If you have a blank list here, do not worry. We'll just go on to the next step by clicking the Create Campaign button to view the list of options. So here we already have, guys, some default options. These are pretty turnkey, plug and play, very easy to use. But in this case, you won't see a holiday one, right? So we're going to create our own. I do encourage you to go through these and go through all the velocity training material on the CRM, because it'll help you learn to use them. They're really easy to use, and just sitting here waiting to go out. So definitely something you want to take advantage of. But I'm going to go up here and say, okay, my holiday greeting campaign, and then start. So I'm creating my own. Now, a couple of choices here. This is important. Is this a deal campaign? Does it matter, like the deal status when it's submitted, whatnot? No. Is this contact campaign? So based off of my contacts or their birthdays, things like that. Yeah, this is a contact campaign, right? I'm just reaching out to people, not deals. Property campaign, that's more so used if you have more than one, if you want to reach out to non-subject properties to target for maturity dates, things like that, that is a property-centered campaign. So contact campaign, and we'll continue. Now, what channel will you use? You notice there's an SMS option here. Why I encourage the SMS training and using this SMS option, it's pretty cool. But for today's purposes, we are going to go with email. And what kind of campaign is it going to be? So the last question here, is it dynamic? This is recommended because it uses rules and conditional logic to determine the audience for your campaign. For example, maturity date campaign. That's going to use a rule going off on, 180 days, 120 days, 90 days. That would be a dynamic campaign. And that doesn't require an audience list. That just requires me to turn it on and give it rules to say, okay, I want this to fire to any, completed deals that are coming up for renewal. For today's purposes, targeted campaign is what we're going with. Okay, because we're going to use, you can see here, custom made audience list. That is what we just did. We just made our audience list. We custom made it. So we're going to want to use that. So we'll choose targeted and then move on. All right. You can see the summary of the type of campaign up here. From this step, we're just going to plug in the audience list, plug in the template, and schedule the campaign. So these are the last steps we're taking. All right, from my audience list options, holiday greeting. So just click the drop down, choose your list. And then by opening this rules and conditions, we're not going to need these for this type of campaign. So we can just scroll down to the next step, which is the stage. So this is important. This is a one-stage campaign, single stage, because we're only sending the one message, right? We're not going to send a week in advance and then a couple days before Christmas is coming, unless you want to do something like that, or you have like a 12 days of Christmas initiative, you know, power to you. But this is just the one holiday greeting send, one stage. And we'll click the drop down to open, which is where we will see where to plug in our template, give it our email subject line, and schedule it. Okay, so template, let's go ahead and select, click the purple pencil. And you can even preview and go ahead and choose your template. Okay, done. Next step, subject. So it could be like, you know, happy holidays. Hope you're well. We're not going to use rules and conditions because we're going to schedule it. It matters the day. That's the most important thing. So scheduling, when should this be sent? Click this little checkbox and pick the time and date. So maybe I'll do the 24th or 23rd, or you want to send it earlier, up to you. Might get more eyes if you send it earlier, as people probably won't be as busy on their email on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And maybe send it to go in the morning. Okay, last decision here is approval. So do I want to have to hit to approve it, or do I want to just to auto send? For this kind of one, I just really want this to send to everybody. So I'm just going to auto approve and say maybe after like 1 hour. Okay, if you require approval, it will show up on your activity page and you will need to say like, yes, this can send. Now you can do that in bulk, because obviously if we're sending to everyone, there'll be quite a lot of ones asking for permission. You can say like, yes, send all. But for this one, guys, I don't really think we need to have to approve it. So I would just set it at auto approve. Okay, and that's it. We're done. I would just go ahead and hit publish campaign. Make sure not to publish it until you're ready. Okay, because that's actually setting it. It's going to be in the queue now to fire. If you need to jump out of here and come back later, there's no save button. It's auto saving. Don't hit publish. Just jump out, go to templates, come back, whatnot, and then hit publish when you're really, really ready to go. Alrighty, that is it. Now, if you followed along and you know, missed a couple spots or don't remember a couple things, I did take a recording of this that I'll post in the MA Nation Facebook page for you all if you did want to review it or need help, or I do recommend doing the New Year's one as well, as we saw. Let's take a look at that template. Maybe you guys are curious. I'm curious. I want to see this template. What did they do there? I always like looking at what the designers have put together. So let's see the Happy New Year. That's on if it's sparkly or not. A little sparkly, a little bit, very little. So we've got our 2022 nice MA colors, greeting. And then again, your message box. Okay, clicking the eyeball here will allow you to preview. So this is what it will look like. If I drag the corner to a little trick here, this is showing its responsiveness. What does that mean? Well, how is it going to look on different screen sizes? If my client views on their phone, which a lot of people do, is it going to, you know, properly adjust? Or is it going to look stacked and funny? In this case, I can see obviously the designers know what they're doing, and they've done quite a nice job to make it adjust to different sizes. All right, guys, I'll hang on if there's any questions, but other than that, thank you again so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful.
Thank you, Sarah.
You're welcome. Cheers.
Thank you, Sarah.
No problem. Alfredo, I'll put it on the MA Nation Facebook page. I will paste it on there. Okay, bye everyone.